For me and for my team is about creating and setting new trends wherever we can in the operation, exceeding the guest expectations. So when they come to the hotel, when they come to our restaurants, when they dine in our outlets, we have to surprise them, we have to delight them. Making memorable moments for them, it's important. This is what brings customers back to the hotel. We do this on a daily basis and on a weekly basis. We try wherever we can to really enhance their experience. We have a system in the hotel where we read the guest comment cards every morning in our briefings. We take feedback from the guest surveys. This shows us how the customer feels when they come to our operation and how they feel about their dining experience. We take these comments then, and then weekly we try basically to come up with new ideas and give them a different experience. And taking feedback from customers is also an important part. I try to, on a daily basis, speak to our regular customers, our new customers that are coming into the hotel while they're having their experience, their dining experience. What do they feel? What do they think about the food? Is there anything that we can do better to enhance it? This is also true for our suppliers, in contact constantly with our suppliers to find out what new items are in the market. Are they bringing in some new ingredients? This also helps us to decide on new things and new items to promote and to put onto our menus. Networking and networks is also very important in our industry. We can do this on numerous ways. For instance, in previous places, previous assignments, we've had culinary guilds. In Abu Dhabi, I was part of the culinary guild. We used to meet with the chefs and the F&B leaders once a month in different hotels. There we would see new trends, we would discuss about new ideas that we'd have for the market. The individual chefs hosting the meetings basically would show us new food presentations, new coffee break ideas, creative canapes. It's a good chance to basically get ideas and share ideas with different people. And hospitality for me is also about building connections, connecting with industry leaders, connecting with fellow chefs, whether it be local or whether it be international. When I was in Abu Dhabi, the Abu Dhabi government, they used to run a food festival once a year. It happened for a month. And all the hotels and restaurants would take part in it. And they would organise for chefs to come in from different restaurants and hotels around the world. And this was great for me and my team because we would get to work with them hand in hand. We would get to see new styles of cuisine. We would get to learn and experience different methods of cooking and using different techniques. And not only would it be good for the customer, and it would be an exciting way of promoting our food and beverage in the hotel, but also me and my team, these are techniques that you can use for later on. Since we once had a chef, Paco Roncero. He was from Spain and he was a lot into molecular cuisine, and quite a few of his dishes for the special menu he had in our property used liquid nitrogen. This is something that we hadn't used before in our property. So working with him and learning the techniques on how to use it correctly helped us in the future to produce dishes of our own, not to copy his dishes, but to produce dishes using that technique. And it was a great learning curve for my team, who then could go on to experiment and do different things. Innovation in the workplace also for me depends on the company culture. Too many hotel chains or hospitality companies these days tend to impose a lot onto the chefs, where they could be imposing menus, ideas, and this takes away from the creativity and the freedom that they have actually in their operation. This is where my current company now, basically, I get the free rein to do what I want to do. Of course, I have to follow certain guidelines, but they're happy for us to create, they're happy for us to experiment, to change menus, to look at promotions. For example, in our hotel, we've just added to our turn-down service at night time. We've basically created a sweet dessert that every guest will get at the end of the night and delivered to their room. This is basically something to surprise them and to delight them. And this is to enhance their stay with us and show them that we're always looking to improve their experience. Within my team, it's not just about one person. It's not just about me coming up with ideas and creating ideas. It's about a team. I believe in my team that everybody has something to give to the operation. This is why I like to empower, my team to do certain activities or to undertake certain tasks, whether it's a daily special, a weekly menu. The thing I implemented several months back for my junior members of the team was basically a competition. This is where each month we would give them an ingredient, a key ingredient. It can be a seasonal product or it can be something that we use within the operation. They would then have to come up with a dish using that ingredient as the main focus. After they've done that, they would do a small cook-off and they would all present their dishes to myself and a couple of senior members of my team. Basically, we would judge it, and the winner then would get a small prize and get to see his dish featured in one of our outlets for a week. Carrying out this sort of exercise, I think, really motivates the junior members of my team. It gives them the confidence as well to take ingredients and to experiment. And this is what, for me, working in a kitchen really is. It's about experimenting with ingredients. It's about not being afraid to try out new dishes. In our industry is something that has to keep on evolving. You have regular customers coming back. So what is an innovation that you create or you implement this week, after 2 or 3 months, to them is no longer something that they find exciting. So this is why you have to keep on looking and you keep on having to evolve, basically, in the kitchen industry.